Hello everyone and welcome for this new tutorial. So today we'll be back working on our inventory system. Last time we made the UI for our inventory, and today we will add feature to that inventory UI. But first, before adding some feature, we will see some tips to optimize the UI, especially on an inventory. If you have a lot of items, you can have an issue. I think I saw that in Arc, in the new version of Arc in the Unreal 5. When you open your inventory, you actually have a little lag or you lose some frame rate. And that's an issue with your inventory because it's not optimized. If you have too much item, it can be an issue. So we'll see how to optimize the inventory, and then we'll see how to add some weight on our item. And after that, we will see how to display that in our inventory UI and make the filter by category. So we'll do all that today. So let's go into Unreal and let's start working on this. Okay, so here we are in Unreal, and we will start by optimizing our UI. So we have our widget UI that we have created last time. In here we have our player menu and our inventory. I will show you one issue that we have. When we are creating a binding directly into a widget, into a component, we get some issue. In here on this little text, we can see that I have created a function and it's binded to that function. We'll go into that function and you will see in here, I have my get text. If I actually add a print in here, I print string, hello, I'm in the get text. You will see that this get text will be fired at every frame. And so that's way too much. So for our little text in here that show the stacking on how much stack we have on our item, for each item in our inventory, we will go and get that information at every frame. So if we have 1,000 items, we will go and call this every frame 1,000 times. And that's only for this little text. There we will have the same issue with this one, and with the image also. It will try to refresh all the time that image. So we need to fix that. We should not be using the binding in here into the designer, into the type panel. We should always do it by the graph, especially when the information doesn't change at every frame. Our inventory, it's not gonna change at every frame. We will know when we create a new item, when we add a new item to that inventory, when we change the stack, we know when there is an action on our inventory. So we can just go and update just that item slot. So let's see that get text. If I actually compile and launch the game, up, I will grab some item. And you can see now we are spamming this hello, I'm the get text. And so that's very bad. We're actually doing a lot of stuff only for our UI when the text doesn't change that much. So let's change that. So we need to remove all of our binding. There is this one, there is the image. This text was not bind yet, so we don't really care. And it should be the same for the get visible. In here we have the visible. The visibility is based on a function. If I go into that function, this should also be not a binding. It should be a function on our event graph. So let's change that. We can go with a new event. So add custom event, refresh inventory slot UI. And into this refresh inventory slot UI, we will actually need to get our text. So this little text is the stacking text, so we will rename in here our text, stack item text, and we'll make this as a variable. So we'll be able to access this text into our graph. For the image, it's already a variable, but I'm gonna rename this item image, and we can go into our graph. Now we have the stack item text. We will first check the visibility, so we can do a branch. If our item, we'll break the item. We will need, you cannot see, we will need in our item the is stackable, the current stack, the max stack, and the image. So we get these 4 information. If it's stackable, then we need to show this text. So we can do set visibility, like this. If it's true, it will be visible. Otherwise, it should be hidden. It's to our event graph, so it will be hidden. And after that, if it's true, we can actually set our text. So let's do a set text. So do not use this content, set text, which is a variable. Use this one. On widget, we have set text. So we'll use this one, and the text will be, can go into our get text. We'll actually get this format text that we have created last time. It should be the same. Current stack will be current stack, and max stack will be max stack. Perfect. So now we are done for the stack item text. I'm going to disconnect this and I'm going to create a sequence to be a little bit better. Up. First thing will be to set the stack item text, and the second one, we will take care of the item image. So we'll get the item image up, and we will do a set brush. Tac. And with this set brush, we can in here drag and drop, and we have the make sled brush. We choose this. It will be draw as image, and now we can open it, and in here we can set up our image. So it will be our image in here. We plug it in, make it look nicer, and now we can close this, and it will look a little bit better. So that's perfect. We can actually set up everything into the event graph instead of in our designer. So now I can unplug everything. In here I will remove the binding. For this one I will remove the binding for the get text. I will remove the binding for the visibility. I can remove these two functions, get text and get visibility. And now we have this event that are updating our inventory slot UI. So we can go in here and do a refresh inventory slot UI, and it should be good. So we will see now, we will go and get our stuff. Tuck, 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 tuck. We open our inventory. Everything is working as expected. And if I add up in here I will add a print. Hello, I'm refreshing. I'm refreshing an inventory slot. Up, tac, tac. We open it, and now we can see that we only have, that's all the get text that we had before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We only have 6 refreshing of our inventory slot, which is our 6 item that we have in our inventory. So that's very good. It's a little bit better. So okay, so that's pretty cool, and we'll try to keep it in mind when we will need to update a widget. We'll try to make function instead of binding. I'm gonna remove this print string. Up, compile. In here I have some printing as well. I'm gonna remove them. That was from the previous video. Up, tac, tac. This is working perfectly fine, so we don't need all of that printing. Now we will add the icon on our inventory. So I got some icon from Icon 8, from the website Icon 8. I will put the link in the description. Just be careful with the copyright. This is, I think, okay if we say where we got it. But for a tutorial, it's fine. You can get them, you can use them. For a commercial game, be careful. Okay, so let's add some icon. So instead of having a text in here, I'm gonna just replace this with an image. Can I do it like that? Nope. So let's add an image. I have to remove this text. So let's add an image in our button. And I'm gonna rename the button, because now they're all button 62 button 1, 2, and so on and so on. And we will need to know which button we have. So this one will be all. Let's go with all button. This button will be herb button. But this will be our filter that we will actually use. So I'm gonna rename all of them. Up, cloud button. Let's go with food button. Weapon button. Up, and the component button. Now our little image, I'm gonna use herb, so it's gonna be this one. Up, pretty nice. The size I will go with 8080. Perfect. Now I can remove this text and copy this image into our F button. Up, change the icon. Tac. Move this and paste inside. Up. This one will be cloth. This one. Food. In here. Oops. Tac, tac. Let's go with 8080. It's maybe a little bit bigger than the other ones, so let's go with 6060, so they keep kind of the same size. Okay, that should be okay. Weapon. Tac, tac. Let's get our weapon here. Okay, tac, and the component. Tac, and optic component. Perfect, looks good. We also have the icon for the player menu. So let's add that. In here, player menu. In here, we have the icon. So let's remove this and we can paste because we saved our image from the previous UI. So you can copy and paste. In here will be character. So let's go into the icon character. 100 is maybe too much. Let's go with 8080. In here we have clothing. So let's get our clothing up. This one will be the inventory. Let's go with the little bag. Let's put 8080. This one is the crafting. Up. Remove this, paste, up, tac. 8080. This one is not S, it should be a journal. This. And this one is a map. Let's get with the map. Up, up. Okay. We can see that our button size change. So let's add some padding on top. Let's go with 10 and 10, top and bottom. And if you put the padding on one, it will update for all of them as they take the size of the horizontal box. So it should be okay. We will see how it goes into the game. If I open, it looks okay. Let's check this one. It looks okay also. Maybe the button is a little bit too big, so we'll reduce the size of this. It's a little bit too big. So let's go into inventory, UI, and this vertical box, let's go with something like 0.0.5. In here it looks weird, but it's okay. In here it looks good. Okay, perfect. Now we'll go and add some weight to our item, so we can actually calculate this weight in here that is based on our filter. First, we'll add some weight to our item. So into our inventory, we have in here our structure item. So we'll open the structure item. We will add a variable that's going to be the weight. And this weight will be a float. Perfect. So we'll go now into our data table and we can add the weight to all of our items. So for the rifle, the weight will be 10. The pistol will be 5. Grenade launcher, it will be 20. And for the rifle ammo, it will be something like 0.5. And so 0.5 will be the weight for one stack of 35 ammo. So when we'll be having the full stack, it will be 1. So we'll see that when we will calculate the weight. And so this weight will be calculated by the inventory component. So we have our inventory component in here. For example, when we ask to get the inventory, in here we will send the inventory. This is the full inventory. And we will also show the weight of our inventory because we will save it up. But first we will remove the inventory size because we don't care anymore. You can keep it if you want. Us, we don't really care now. We just close all of this up. We are basing everything with the inventory size. We have the size of 30, and when we add more than 30 items, we will not be able to pick that item up. Now we don't do that anymore. We will pick everything that we want, and if we have too much item, if the weight is too much, the character will go slowly, or it will not move at all. We will not do that today. We will just add the weight, and for the character stuff, we'll see that in another video. Now we don't need this macro anymore. So let me just get this. We don't really care with this. Up. We will actually remove it. Let's just paste that. So now every time we have a new item, we just add it. We will return true. We can now remove the inventory size because we don't care. Okay, so now we will add the calculation of the inventory weight when we add a new item. So we will always save the weight of our inventory directly. We will not want to go through all of our inventory and check what is the weight and everything and recalculate all the time. We'll just do it at the end of this function. So when we will add an item into our inventory, in here we are adding a new stack. We need to update our weight. So in here we will create a new function called total weight of the inventory, which will be of type float. Get that total weight and we will add. We'll add the weight of the item that we just added. Item to add in here is here. So this is the new item that we are adding. We will break that item. We will get the weight up. We are adding the total weight, and now we need to set the total weight of the inventory with this new information. Up, okay. And in here, when we add a new item and there was no stacking, we also need to do that. Instead of doing this 2 times, actually I'm just keeping this in here. As the variable is the same, we'll go and put this in here. So we can call this total weight of inventory in here, and we can also call it in here. That's perfect. So when we add an item to a stack, we update the total weight. And when we add an item in a new slot in our inventory, we will add the total weight. We will add that weight to the total weight. So that's perfect. Now we have the total weight. We want to add this in this function. I'm going to just rename this function because we will not just get the inventory, we'll get the inventory and total weight up. Perfect. We will add a new variable in here to be the weight. To be a float. And we can use our function in here and just plug it in here. We'll compile. Now we need to update our player character because we get this inventory and total weight in our player character. Let's go here, third person character, interface, get player inventory. Okay, we get the inventory like that. That's weird, but it's okay. We will just change it into the interface player. Into the get player inventory, we have the inventory and we will also add the weight in here. Weight, it's a float. We will rename this get player inventory and weight. We will not use this variable directly. We will use the function get player inventory and weight. It's not like that. Get inventory and total weight. Up, stack, inventory, weight. That's perfect. Now that we have this, we can actually use it in our UI. We just make this a little bit bigger so it looks okay. Okay. And so that weight will be used, for example, in here. When we will be filter on all, we need to update this weight with the total weight of our inventory because we will show all of our items. We will also need, because we will be filtering our item based on the category, we will create the category just after. We need to change this text and change the size of the stuff filtered. So we'll go and create a new function in our player, but first we'll create the enumeration for the category. So let's go into our inventory. We'll create a new into blueprint enumeration, e_category type. We'll open it. We'll create all of the different category. We'll get all, there will be herb. There will be health, clothing, food. Let's remember that. Health, clothing, food. Then there will be weapon. And last one is the component. Oops, component. Let's check. Food, weapon, component. Okay, that's perfect. Now we can use this category. So we'll need to add this category to our structure item. Add a variable, call this category. And it should be the category of our item. So let's use the enumeration category type. Hit save. And now into our data table, we can set that category. For the rifle, it will be of type weapon. Everything will be of type weapon, but it's okay. Weapon, rifle ammo, weapon. Tac. So now when we will click on this button, the weapon button, the filter for the weapon, we will show only the weapon in our inventory. So we should be showing this item. When we click on the other filter, it will show nothing. So let's do that. We will need to do that to call our player. So we'll go through the interface. We'll create a new function. Get inventory and weight filtered by category. We should always have for the function name the best name possible that show what we actually want to do, because if we want to use that function in another time, it's better to know what is going on with this function. So it should be filtered by category, so the input will be obviously the category with our new enum. Category type. Tac. Our output will be the inventory filtered, so it will be of type s_item. It will be the inventory filtered. And there will be the weight. In here, we'll have the weight filtered up. Perfect. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so our interface was not very happy because I think that it was not compiling. So it should be okay now. Let's get into... Why is it in an enumerator? Okay. That's weird. I never saw that. You can make enumerator into the function. Okay, we don't care. Let's see. Why is it doing this? Okay, I didn't know that we can make enumerator. So let's do inventory up, and now we can put everything for inventory into this enumerator. That's some kind of category. He wanted to put it in the category. So let's put it in the category, so Unreal will be happy. Now I want to create a category specific. The fuck's going on? Let me close everything. We'll save everything and try again. Interface, tac. Okay, can you stop now? Okay, he wants to put it in the new enumerator 0. We will let him do what the fuck he wants. Okay, let's get into a first person. The thing is, now it should be in here instead of being into the inventory, but it's okay. It will work anyway. Up, up. Okay. So now to get this filtering going on, we will need to put it into our inventory component. So into our inventory component, we will add a new function. Up, let's create a new function. Get inventory and weight filtered by category. Tac. We will need the category. It will be the exact same function as we have made in our interface. Category type. Output will be up. Inventory filtered. And weight filtered. We change the type. This is of type s_item. Tac, and this one will be the float. Perfect. Can it be because the name is too long? I don't really want to put that into an enumerator also. I don't know what's going on with this. Get inventory filtered. We'll see. We try to remove this. Can I put it into default now? Okay, I never saw this kind of thing. Filtered by category. Let me know if you have the same issue. I never saw this. You want to try to put it into an enumerator all the time. It's like a category. You want to put in this new enumerator 0 category. I don't know why, but it's okay. Inventory component. Maybe it's a bug from the 5.5.1 because you can see in here it's under new enumerator 0. Let's keep going on with it. So we have an inventory component. So into our player character, we can call our function that we have into our inventory component. We pass the category and we get the weight and the inventory. And the inventory filter should actually be an array because we're not going to get only one. We're not going to get only one item. It will be an array of items. So I need to change my interface in here, up, tac, this is an array. Now we'll be able to use this function. Before working on the function into the inventory component, we'll set that up into our widget. So we go in our widget, player menu, inventory, in here. So when we press one of the buttons, we need to get the inventory and the weight and update everything. So let's do that. All of the buttons are a variable, so you can go into the graph. This will put it into a function later. We'll go with the all button. On click of the all button, we'll get our player character that we already have set up. And we call the function get inventory and weight. You can see in here we are doing the same kind of thing. When we refresh the inventory slot, we get the parameter and weight. And for each, we are creating everything. So we already have the function that updates our inventory slot based on the inventory that we have. So let's put everything into a function. We are just gonna move this in here. So to refresh all of the inventory slots, we will get the player inventory and weight up and update this inventory up like that. And now we can get all of this and put this into a function. So we collapse to a function and we'll call this, or we'll call this create inventory slots. So we change the name. This will not be array, it will be the inventory. So it can be an inventory filtered or not. Tac. And now, for example, in here, on the on click all button, we can either call this refresh inventory slot. Let's rename it refresh all inventory slot. That will do it. I think I can maybe just do this. Is this possible? Yeah. So when we click on all button, or on the, if we call this refresh all inventory slot, it will get our entire inventory and create the inventory slot. Now for the other button, let's go with clove button. When we click on it, we'll get this player character. We'll call the get inventory filtered by category. And now we can set our category in here to be clothing. And now we can create that, use this function, create inventory slot with our inventory filtered. So we do that for all of our buttons. So when we click on the component, let's add all of them, food, health, herb, and there is weapon in here. Let's make them like that. Tac. You can copy this, paste. Tac. Let's go with component. Food, up, health. Herb and weapon. So now when we click on one of the buttons, it will go and get the inventory filtered by the category and it will create the inventory slot. We also need to set the weight filtered. I have misspelled in here. Let's fix it up in here. It's here, the name of the variable. So after we get our inventory filtered and so on and so on, we need to set this text, this little text, to be the actual weight that we have. So we'll change the name, it will be weight filtered text. We make this as a variable, and this will also change to be the category text. Let's go with category filter text, and make this as a variable also. Tac, tuck, tuck, tuck. So let's put this into a function. It should be better. Caps function. Update inventory by category. Inventory slot by category. Up, let's go with this. We need to add for the input the category. Category underscore category type. So let's go with clothing. Tac, so I can remove all of them. This will be component. To be better, so we don't have to copy and paste the stuff everywhere. So we food. Tac, this will be the health. Tac. This one will be the herbs. Tac. And that's the weapon. Okay, let's compile and save. Let's open this function now. Let's put the category in here. And now we'll get weight filter text. Get this text. We do a set text. We call the function. We make a format text. And now we use this like that. Call this weight. And we add kilogram at the end. And up, we can plug this in here. So this is perfect. Now we need to set the category filter text. Let's get this. Let's do a set text also. Tac. And the text will be based on the enumerator. So we'll get this. You can do a switch. And you will do a sequence to make it more, to make it nicer. So we have the sequence to make this, then the set text for the weight filter text will be in here. And the last set text will be there on the pin. Tac, like that. For all the text will be all. 7 set text. Okay. Need to plug the target everywhere. Up to be the category filter text. Tac, 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 tac. This will be for the herb, so it should be elf. Let's put it full caps. Elf. Now it's the herb, so let's put herbs. In here, let's put elf. In here, let's put clothing. Food. Let's plug them up as we go. Clothing, food. This one will be weapon. And the last one will be component. So now it should be working. So let's check it up. First, we didn't put everything, but it's okay. So if I press, you can see that health and the weight is changing. You have to be careful though, because the first time, let me go back and do this. For the first time, you can see that we have all and 10 kilogram when it's not the truth. So let's close this and go on to our inventory UI. You can actually call this thingy by category. And we just put all up, tac, tac. That's perfect. Now everything is set up. So we need to do the function into the inventory component to be the most complicated. Okay, so we will go through our inventory. So we get our entire inventory. We'll do a for each. For each inventory, for each item in our inventory. Let me reduce this and reduce this to have some space. We will break this item. We will get our weight and our category. If the category is the same, we need to add that to an array, and then we will send this when it's completed in here. We'll send this to the inventory. We just need to do something. We need to do a switch, or we can do a if, because if the category is all, we need to just send everything. So let's do a branch. Let's put this into the false. Put it down, up. If the category equals enum in here all, and in here we can just return our inventory and the total weight. And in here, if it's false, it's not, we don't want all of the item. We check if the category is actually the same. So we do with equals enum in here. If it's the same, tac, we'll add that to a local variable. Let's create a local variable. We'll call this inventory filtered, tac, of type item. And it should be an array, tac, and there will be the weight filtered. Why I can put filtered? I don't know what's going on with Unreal. As it is the same name as this, is not happy. So let's put a local at the end. That's garbage, but I don't know what's going on. I never got that kind of thing. Inventory filtered local. Okay, so I check with another project. We cannot have the same name for the local variable and the return node. Why, I don't know. But it's okay. So let's get our inventory filtered local. We will add tac, the item when it is the same category. Hop. We so add on the weight filtered local. Can do an add. What? Why is it an array? Okay, I'm getting tired. So let's put this into a single. Weight filter local, we'll do a plus. We add the weight of that item, and we'll set the weight filter local. Perfect, so when it's completed, we can send this inventory filter local and weight filter local up to our widget. Let's check it out now. So we open, can open our inventory, we have nothing inside. We're gonna get some stuff. I open it. So we have all of our items. It's 39 kilo. We can go into food, clothing, health, herbs, you have nothing. If I go into weapon, we can see we have 27 kilo. And so we don't have the same weight. Yeah, we don't have the same weight based on the stack. So because in here we have 2 stacks, it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, but we only have 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. So we have 2 kilo less than in here. So let's fix that. Okay, so to make it work with the stackable, we need to add the new information into our inventory, into our item. So if I go into my item, my structure item, you have the current stack and the match stack, but we don't know how much stack we actually have in that item, because our current stack is 35. When we add another stack to it, it will be 70. And so we lose that information that we have put 2 stacks into this inventory. So we will add this information. So it will be number of stack, and it will be an integer. Let's put this with the stacking variable. So it will be 1. We start at 1. Well, this is not stackable, so we don't really care. Let's put 0. But for the A mode, which is stackable, we'll put number of stack 1. We could also put something by default. In the number of stack, we have the default value. Number of stack will be 1. Stack. Okay. So by default, it will be 1 everywhere. We don't care for the stuff that is not stackable, but for the stuff that's stackable, it will always be 1. Now when we... let's put this, so I'm not happy. Okay. When we add an item into our inventory, we have the number of stack, and in here, we have our item there, where we actually added the current stack. We will increase the number of stack also. Just put it a little bit there. So the number of stack will be the current number of stacks, so it will be from our inventory. In here, we have number of stack. Let's just add. We add 1. And now we can use this number of stack. So when we actually filter our item in here, if it's stackable, so we'll get is stackable. Tac, let's add a if it's stackable. If it's false, we just add it like that. And if it's true, it will be a little bit different. We still get these two. So tac, tac, and we will add this weight multiply by the number of stack. So if we have 2 stack, we will multiply the weight by 2. Let's check it out. So we're getting everything. We open, we have 29.5. And if I go into weapon, you can see that we have 29.5. So it's working, perfect. So we're gonna stop here. We made the filter, we made the optimization. We will do the UI in here for the next video. And the UI for here, when we will click on one item, we will do it on another one. So I'm gonna split it up. I prefer to make some smaller video, otherwise it will be again a 1 hour video with a lot of stuff. So let's try to split it up, so you don't have too much information in one video. It will be impossible to keep up with it. So let's stop here. So that's it for today. We saw how to now optimize our UI by not using the binding and by using some function inside of our event graph. So our inventory will run smoothly. And we saw how to filter our item based on a category. And we got the weight, we added the weight system. On the next video, we will see how to add some more widgets into our inventory. We'll have the little widget with the backpack and stuff to do. So we'll do that, this one, in the next video. In the next video, we will see how to make the item description. So when we will click on one item, we will have the description of that item. And we'll be able to use it, drop it, and stuff like that. So we'll see that in the next video. If you don't want to miss it, don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell to get notified when there is a new video. And don't forget to drop a like if you like this video. You can also join us into Discord if you have any question, if you want to show what you're working on and stuff like that. Feel free to join the Discord server. And so that's it for today. We'll see you for the next video. Bye.